Hey, Ron and Peter. Love you guys. What a great ceremony, and just happy to be part of it. Happy life.
Peter and Ron, we are so blessed to be here to celebrate your love with you together. Amazing what you did to the social hall. I love your vision. Next party, we're calling you to set up our place. Love and blessings. Mwah.
To Peter and Ron, the best husbands I've ever known. Congratulations.
Peter, Ron, thanks for inviting us. This is a wonderful ceremony, and we're happy to congratulate you on your love. Yes.
Cheers. Cheers. Beautiful wedding. Beautiful wedding.
Hi, Ron and Peter. Congratulations, and I know you'll continue to do what you've done so well the last 32 years. Continued success and wonderful life to you, both and your family. And, keep up the good job. Love
you. How sweet it is for us to come together and to bless this meal, this celebration, the reception. Very consciously now, I open my heart and my mind and include in this blessing such gratitude for every single person who invested their time and love and energy in the flowers and the candles and the beautification and the music and the food and the arrangements and every single thing that went into this wonderful wedding and celebration. So let's just expand our heart and appreciation to them. We bless the food that we eat, and also just consciously extend our awareness that when we're grateful, we're also generous, which means we consciously wish for the whole world that all have the love that's being shared here, that have the food and the nourishment they need, and that our celebration is really a lifting for all. So God is good. I give thanks for this, and let it be, and together we say, so it is.
So we heard so much how long this love affair of Ron and Peter has been going on, and I thought we could take a little trip down memory lane and see how what was going on in the world 34 years ago. Yeah. So 34 years ago, some of you weren't even born yet.
That's right.
Very nice. Yeah. Okay, I have to talk to Beth and Jack afterwards. Okay. So, when those two beloveds found each other, do you know who was the president in the United States?
30 years ago.
Yes, Ronald Reagan. Yes. At that time, I hadn't even decided to move to America yet. I was still in Germany. No idea about America. The first CD player was sold in Japan. Michael Jackson brought out Thriller. Hopefully we hear that later on tonight when the dancing is going on. On TV, we enjoyed Dynasty. Kelly Clarkson and Leanne Rimes were born. And Prozac was just introduced in the United States. And so all of that brings me to this wonderful moment where we can raise our glass and just enjoy the love that Ron and Peter share with all of us.
Actually, no, right? Not that long. Probably some of you have known him much longer than I have in the past 5 years. And it was kind of coincidence how we met, but we ended up meeting, and he had a need for a roommate, and I moved in. And although I was kind of bisexual at the time, I wasn't sure how moving in with a gay couple would be, because I never experienced that before, you know. So I wasn't sure if it was a little hoity-toity gay or all preacher sin was dancing. And to be neither. But then I noticed immediately their friends that came over, and they're absolutely grounded people, solid people, friends you'd want forever. And these people here tonight, you know, you're all your wonderful friends. Then I noticed that right away. I noticed small changes happening, like my skin started actually getting softer and smoother. So then I eventually met the children and Chad, great guy, he's solid, you know, what a wonderful kids, grounded. And the only thing I know about Chad is on Cardinals Day, don't get between him and the television set. And Ariana, she's emailing authors and co-writing parallel book writing. What a treat that is, because I'm not a writer. So, but then I started noticing, I'm thinking, well, maybe the neighbors, you know, ragging on him or something. And I asked him, is there some sort of like anti-gay, is the garage you got to go through to get your cars in the morning? But it's just totally the opposite. The neighbors love these guys. They go out in the morning, hey, gay neighbor, what's up? I'm probably not used to double since you moved in. So this is great. But what I did start noticing after a short time, I started, you know, after everybody comes home at 5 o'clock, we're kind of like brothers, twin brothers, and we just started having lunch or dinner together and just talking about our day. And a close bond started forming after years, so I consider them my best friends now, and they're like brothers. So on this joyful night or grateful day, and so to my brothers, thank you.
Hi everyone, I am here under duress.
Hey, Carla!
Right? Okay, so Ron invited me to the engagement at NBC, and I felt very honored. And I have to say that at the time, my very conservative cousins were visiting. So I tried to tell them, well, this isn't my church, and a whole bunch of other things, so that they wouldn't go, you know, running back to my father, and I'd get, you know, cut out of the will. But anyway, point being, when I came to church, probably 20 people ran up to me and hugged me saying, oh, Carla, we're so glad to see you again. So it really kind of, you know, even though I don't go to church, this basically, you know, is my home spiritually, because I just feel connected to so many people. When I first met Ron, through Daniel and Ingrid, dear, dear, dear friends, I just felt instantly connected. And there's something about that man that is so open and generous and loving that it's just hard not to, you know, reciprocate. And I consider him family, beyond best friend. You know, he knows how I feel about him. Lucky Leonie. Anyway, point being, he asked me to help out with the wedding, and I categorically refused because I just didn't want the responsibility. But because I love him and Peter so much, when I found out they really hadn't done anything 6 weeks prior to the wedding. So I have gotten to know more of their friends and really appreciate them even more than I did before. You know, it's just been a wonderful journey, and I am so grateful to be a part of this and a part of their lives, and so grateful that Obergefell, wonderful man, took his case to the Supreme Court and made it possible for all of us LGBT people to feel a part of society in a legal and profound way that we weren't able to before. So, sorry.
It's okay.
I'm honored to be here. I'm honored to call them my friends, my family, and their love exemplifies everything that's perfect in a relationship, their trust, their respect, their willingness to just love each other unconditionally. They, above all, deserve the sacrament of marriage. And even though it's not going to change things for them, it will on some level, on a not just a legal level, but there's something about the institution of marriage that everyone is deserving of. I know that the rest of your lives will be equally fantastic. And I'm really glad that you can share those years together as husbands. So here's to you, and here's to the rest of your lives.
Make that a few decades. I met you, Peter, due to that serendipitous mix-up on the tennis courts. Shortly thereafter, I met you, Ron, and I could see what a wonderful and dynamic relationship you two had together. I've watched your relationship develop with love as you support each other, being true to who you are. The kindness and love you have for each other extends to all those around you. I want to express appreciation that you have included me in your life's path, and I'm honored to be friends with you. As you move into the next chapter of your life, manifesting your dreams and accomplishing your goals, I wish you continued good health and lots of laughter and happiness.
I hadn't prepared any remarks, so bear with me. Simple justice is not so simple, and occasionally the long arc of history ends where justice begins. And, today is one of those events that marks that path for all of us in this life. And I'm just so proud and grateful to Peter and Ron for all of their contributions to the lives of all of the people who are here. And I want to acknowledge the contributions of all of the people who aren't here, who've been part of this process as well. And this is a really wonderful day, and I'm really proud of you guys.
I struggle for words because it's so big for me. It's like stretching my heart because you know what we have been for each other and how many years, how many decades we have been connected to each other. And you know, we were watching this. Yeah, she is. And these times, all these times were part of our history. It's not just the last few years. It's been a very long time. And back in the house, that doesn't even exist anymore at 101 out there, right? I remember with Chad, with you, and Ariana, and Pablo, we're just jumping in the pool and all this, and it's like almost too much to take, you know? It's just so profound, the connection between the two of us, to be confirmed and to be acknowledged as being something that's not in the shadows anymore, but right there in the open, right openly. And to me, Ingrid and I were a straight couple for 37 years. And for it to take this long, but then to actually happen, is huge. It's really huge. It's gigantic. And the ripples of that will be felt for a very, very long time, particularly because of the two of you not stopping here. That wave will continue on with the love you share, with the countless parties we've had with each other. I mean, like, this wonderful, wonderful times. And I remember Ron and Peter showed up in a meeting of ours in Vienna, Austria. How long ago?
26
20-something years ago.
25 years.
25 years ago. That's a long time, and there's something about long-term connection that's unbeatable. Because it's like, it's easy to be in love for a moment, but it's something completely else when love washes out all that stuff that doesn't want to be in love. You know what I mean? Like, you want to be so much in love, but then this feeling comes up like, what about this? I don't like how you're doing this. I don't know if I can get across that. But then you open up and I discovered myself that I can be a different person than I thought I was because of, in this case, Ingrid's love touching me and telling me, hey, you can be something else than that. You can grow beyond that. And nothing else, I think, can do that than the love and the committed love for each other. One of my favorite sayings is, if you can't do it with one, how can you do it with the world? If we want peace, if you can't make it with one person, how are we ever going to get that? So, and you're part of that sense in me that needs a lot of strength. I need a lot of strength in that direction, like we stand here, and we stand here tomorrow, and the year after, and the year after that. And now it's actually, I think it does make a difference, because if one of you ends up in the hospital, the other one can say, I have a right to visit. And that's huge. Many things at the fringes of our lives only come out when we get a little older, or when things get a little more difficult. And these are important things. They're very, very important. It's all great if we're like, but those times, and you have helped to put the foot down in that direction. I know you did this for many, many years before this event happened. Like we saw a news statement. Before it happened, you knew it would happen. So thank you for that. I love you guys so much.
I want to take a quick moment and say thank you to all of the people that have spoken already, and the things that they've touched on: the love, the kindness, the gratitude, and the Supreme Court. And I'm going to speak about it too briefly, but I really appreciate that so many people are taking the time to realize what an important, monumental thing that is for us. And he's so good for everything, isn't he? Yeah. So, everything. It was the spring of 1995 when I was at the Phoenix Pride Festival, and I walked up to the BiNet Arizona Bisexual Pride booth and met Ron Owen and fell for him immediately. And I started to grow as a person the minute I met him, and I was at a really great, wonderful crossroads in my life. My husband and I both were, and it was like grabbing a hand and walking forward into life. It was a door opening, and I've always appreciated that so much. And we did a lot of things together. We legislated for bisexual rights, and we organized the community, and we partied for the good cause. We rented hotel rooms to have meetings, and we had good times. And then I met Peter, and we clicked immediately because we both have, although often misunderstood, an interesting sense of humor. And so that always had us propelling forward and giggling together through the years. Thus began my relationship with two of the greatest guys I've ever met. And I appreciate you so much. And speaking of the old house, who was speaking? David was said, we stole all the cactuses from there. Several people took all those cactus home. We took a few to our front yard. It was really fun moving out of that house. although none of us could understand, the whole freeway taking the house thing. But the kindness and quiet wisdom is something that I've always appreciated about the both of you, and it's something we all know about Peter and Ron. We all understand their kindness and generosity and what they've done and how they've helped us grow as people, even if it's just with laughter, because that's the most important thing most of the time. And Peter and Ron have been there for me and my family at very life-changing moments, to say the least, through weddings and transplants and everything. We've been through it all, and they were there. And the longevity of their relationship is something that I've always admired. I'm glad that people have spoken about that tonight because it's an important deal. And I feel really proud of that because I'm approaching the 40-year club. Nice. Thank you. And with my husband, Steve. And I really feel like it's important to know that, the 37 years that we've spoken about, and the idea that it is possible to love forever and to love who you want. And that brings us to the Supreme Court, which we are all very, very happy about. One of the things I'm most happy about is that my 11-year-old granddaughter is here at this wedding, always wondering why we ever had this discussion. She's gone beyond asking for women's rights. She completely wonders why there hasn't been any. In her world, it just doesn't make sense. And so, thank you, Emma, for having such an open mind and coming to this wedding and being so excited about being here. She said it's the most beautiful wedding she's been to. So we're all lucky enough to be here to be part of the proof. We're the proof that times change. Times are changing for us. We are witnessing a time that's being written in history. I mean, this is a historical moment, and we're a part of it. We're a part of it because we're witnessing a union that could not have taken place until now. Whether or not that's right or wrong, here's where we are. Yes. And here is where we get to start from. And we get to start by knowing that all people are going to be loved one day, and all people are going to be able to love whom they please. They are all going to be able to do what they wish in their own way. So, so, Ron and Peter, you go, girls. You're newlyweds. Not everybody has the opportunity or seizes the opportunity to just go ahead and start a brand new life halfway through. I commend you for that. And all of us here, everybody here, sees nothing but love and happiness in your future. Salute Peter and Ron.
Between Ron and Peter, I feel just blessed to be witness to it and just be present with you guys today. So my toast is kind of a mixture of a couple of different things. It's kind of a prayer, and it's kind of a poem, and it's a toast too. But you don't have to close your eyes for me. There is one indelible, distinctive truth. It is love, forgiveness, and infinite too. It is joy with no bounds, endless wisdom, profound, with which love is the real binding glue. And I know with such faith, Ron and Peter are that great. For this union is more than a fling. They have found from their past they are willing to last and be part of what life has to dream. So with love and with light I speak my word tonight, celebrating 1, 2, 3, I do. And claim it to be perfect, whole, and free, as you set foot as you were, but anew. And how grateful to be witness to thee, these two souls merging together as is. And I release this word like the flight of a bird, saying together, so it is. Love it. That's perfect. So we've talked a lot about the justices, and I'm going to possibly repeat something of what Ron said, but it's so powerful that I still need to say it. In the final paragraph of Justice Anthony Kennedy's opinion on holding that couples of the same sex have a constitutional right to wed, he states, "No union is more profound than marriage, for it embodies the highest ideals of love, fidelity, devotion, sacrifice, and family. In forming a marital union, two people become something greater than once they were." And I know for a fact that they were already perfect, whole, and complete as they were. And together, it just creates this even more powerful state. So I raise my glass to you. Cheers.
I know Ron and Peter for about probably since 1990, before they moved here. And being probably one of the elder citizens here, and I'll be 75 in October, and married for 54 years. My life.
Good tree. Show us a tree.
Just so you know, your 34 years count. They're part of who you are and part of your marriage to each other. Thank goodness the Supreme Court allowed you to make it legal. My blessings to you, my love to you. Rah, rah. Everybody can be together. You're the best. I love you.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Hello. Is that better? That's my deep voice. While you guys are all enjoying the delicious bundt cake of 4 different flavors, bundt cake, not you got it. I would like to take this moment to thank everybody involved in this evening, and I don't know how to express my gratitude for everybody who was involved. If you look at the program and you see the thank, and then in parentheses it takes a village, it's almost a third of the people in this room were involved in putting this whole marriage event on. And so it literally could not have happened without you to transform this space, to transform our breezeway. It is so heartfelt, the amount of time and effort that people put into it. So I want to thank everybody involved, but I want to especially recognize what we call the 1, 2, 3 I Do core team, who I would like to have come up here so we can really recognize them. Tanya, Carla, come on up. Ron, Doug, not yet. So, first of all, I want to recognize, if you all look at your tables, are those not the most amazing centerpieces you've ever seen? Okay. This man here literally built every single one of these items that you see on the table there. It's his own creation, his own invention. It's all tied into his computer system so that he can control the lighting. He is a genius and an amazing friend, and I so much appreciate it. Thank you.
Now, how many people recognize all these beautiful flowers and these boutonnieres? Beautiful. Beautiful, huh? Well, that's thanks to Jolene Maney over there. Thank you, Jolene. And Karen Van Allen left, but she's done a lot of the sewing that happened with the curtains outside. And this team right here, and of course Reverend Karen's already left, but without these guys we could not have put this on. Oh, where's Peter?
Over here.
Peter, come on up here.
The other Peter. I'm still trying to get lucky.
And Peter Rosenberg, you should be up here for this.
Peter Rosenberg, I help.
I also want to recognize my brothers who are standing all the way in the corner there. Wayne jumped in with both feet in his big van, and that helped us tremendously. And he just, whatever it was, he said, I will do it. And Greg flew all the way from Seattle to be here tonight. So thank you guys. And Chad and Ariana, you guys are so special to us that this evening is really dedicated to you because you were part of our dreams when Peter and I first met 34 years ago. We love you. So there's one person who's not up here yet, and Ron, you're supposed to be up here. Ron Ransom.
Peter Rosenberg.
And Peter, why aren't you up here?
All righty.
Get married now.
Later. We also want to recognize Jonathan, who's been doing the videography, and Lynn Erickson, and Tom Troberman, who's already left. I also want to recognize the amazing staff that has helped us tonight. Over here we have Mason and Melissa. And did you not love this food all night long? Yeah! There's that woman over there in orange. Ingrid. Her business is called Your Community Cook, and she had her staff here tonight. They are brilliant. Lily, who ran the whole operation, and
Where's
Pablo is her son right there, that handsome guy. And this is Elliot. This is Carla's son. He has been here for 3 days helping out. Elliot, anybody else in there who can come out and say thank you too? Come on, guys. There's Lily. Thank you, Lily. And Chad's buddies, Alec and Pierre, are in there slaving away over the sink, cleaning all of your messes. So let's give it up for them, guys, inside. And you guys like these entertainers here, Doc and Doll? Thank you, guys. So there's one person who was really integral to all of this, who we could not have done it without him. He has literally lived here for the last 2 weeks. I mean, literally, he stayed here overnight for over 4 nights in order to get all of this put together. So please, let me welcome my friend Luke. He's not only a computer genius, audio guy, we also found out he can sew. He sewed over half of the stuff that you see in here. And literally, we had electricians in here for several days rewiring this building, and he was there instructing them on exactly what we needed there. He installed all of the audio systems, so now for those of you who go to New Vision Center, we will be able to have our metaphysical nights, movie nights, right here. We owe it all to Luke and his tireless effort, who has not slept for the last 2 days. So prop him up with some hugs and some loving, okay? And thank all of you for being here to share this moment with Peter and I. It means so much to us to have the opportunity to celebrate, to have the knowledge that your love is there, it's constant, and you mean everything to us. So thank you so much. And party on.